Like and share this video with your friends and colleagues. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the bell icon to never miss an update from Salesforce Bliss. So, we are going to see how do we write a REST service in our Apex in Salesforce and expose it as a web service so that external system can use it to query for data in Salesforce or create some data in Salesforce. We are going to talk about two methods over here. One is create a record and querying a record. So what we need to do is we need to open our Salesforce instance and open a developer console. So I've written a code over here. I'm going to explain you what it does. So if you want to expose Apex class as REST service or REST resource, so before writing a class, we need to write this annotation as which is @REST resource, and within the bracket we have to write URL mapping is equals to, within single quotes we have to write the name of the service, how we want external system to refer our web service. So in this case I've written it as a /web2 case create /star. So our endpoint URL for external system will be web2 case create / after that he would either pass some parameter on which he wants to query or something else if we want to pass him anything else. Okay, so the first method which okay, and before that the class has to be global with sharing. Why global? Because we are exposing this class to outside Salesforce so that external system can execute this class and the method written within it. So if we want to write a service which queries the data within the Salesforce and return with the response, so before writing that method we have to use annotation as @http get means external system is trying to get something out of Salesforce. Then the method will be global static. This case is return type. So global static return type is case and the name of the method query case without parameter. Then the first statement should be REST. We have to create an instance of REST request because it is being called as REST web service and we are expecting a REST request. So it should be REST request, a REST variable of type REST request within the REST context dot request. Over here we'll just trying to print it out what data is being passed. Then because as I said we have to write it as our service name as service name /star. So after this last slash, system is supposed to pass a parameter for querying. So we are going to fetch that parameter out of the URL, that complete Salesforce URL. So this is a statement for this request URI, which is the URL dot substring request URI plus last index of slash plus 1 is as in after slash whatever comes after we have to fetch it. Then because we know we have written the query, we have written the method for querying within the case. So we know, because we are writing a method, we are well aware we have to query into case and return the result. So we are querying into the case object, as in select case number or subject, whatever field we want to query from case, and supplier name is equal to supplied name which will come to us as a part of request URL or endpoint URL. So this is queries. So this whole function is up to us, as in we are well aware what we are writing, on what parameter we are querying into the Salesforce and what we are supposed to return to it. In this scenario I am simply returning the first record whichever comes as a result of this query, and if I want to return just case number I can simply write as, rather than all values I can simply write as result 0 dot case number. But let's go ahead with result 0 only. If in case if there is any error or any exception, then I am going to just log it over here like that. Okay. Okay. So now how do we test it out? This is our method is done. Class is written. When we save it and when we because we written it, it will be exposed as a REST service to external system. But because we just want to test it out whether it will be working properly or not, we just want to test. We just need to be very sure whether class will be called and the function will be working fine or not. We need to test it out. How do we test it? So to test it, we have to open Workbench. So we have to write workbench dot developerforce.com. You have to select production as environment because we are trying on login.salesforce.com and login. So if you already have an instance open in a browser, it will automatically take that uh, credential. If not, then you have to enter it, login with that ID. Both these instances has to be same, the user ID which you are using, and in environment, the environment in which you return the service, and the environment in which you log in into Workbench. Over here I will go to utilities option, REST Explorer. So because I am querying it, Salesforce, I am select the method as get, not post, get. Over here I will write as, you do not have to worry about the URL before services. So after that we have to write services apex rest and our service name with which we have exposed our apex class. Now after slash we have to pass as our query parameter because we are invoking get method. So if we are aware about any record, okay, in my case I know there are record with this address, so I will just write it out and click on execute button. So it says that service not found at this web to case create gkumar at mail.com. Okay, so this is not yet saved. Let me save it once again. Okay, session expired or invalid. Okay, I logged off. Okay, let me log in once again. Open that developer console once again. You may find this issue when your developer console is open since a long time and if it got logged off because of some reason. So let me open the login in my environment, developer console. Okay, all right. Okay, so let me open the class which I had written, which is for rest web to case. All right, over here I'm going to save it, web to case create, no more changes. Let's see, execute. Okay, gkumar@mail.com. Web to case create, query case, nothing else. Could not find the match for URL. Okay, what's the name? Web to case create. Okay, services slash apex rest web2 case create /g command@mail.com. Now it says shows here 200 OK HTTP, which means the request has gone through, but we have not received any response so far. So let's see. Let's go back to developer console. Open this. There is a log is created. Let's open this log. Okay, and filter for debug. Okay, it says here debug 11, line number 11 is this. Okay, it says here index out of bound, line number 16. So it means either it did not find any record with this query parameter, which is why the return result came out as blank. So let us see if there is any record over here. Okay, record, let's say gajendra.k@mail.com, because I know a record existing with this email address. Let me, in this parameter I have to, let me put it as this one and click on execute button. So now you see it returned me that response, case number this, subject number this. Now all these are all those attributes which I have queried into this my query. Now if I want to just pass on as subject as a response, I will just put it as result 0 dot subject. Okay, it says illegal conversion from string to case. Result 0 dot subject is a string and my return type is case here. So if I change it to just string as return type and save the record, save the class, it would be saved. Now if I do this, execute this once again, I'll receive only subject as a response. Okay, let's see as a raw response. Show raw response. Over here it says gajendra.k@mail.com. Okay, so this was about our query method, which if you want to expose as part of our web service or REST service. Now let us see create record response. So for that purpose, in the same class, we have written another method with annotation as HTTP post. Over here, I have written the method type scope is global, static, return type is string, method name is create new case, and these are the parameter or attribute I am expecting, which I am going to use for creation of a record in my Salesforce. I guess I'm just for my debugging purpose, I'm writing what I'm expecting, or if I expect if somebody, if external system calls in method and if he wants whether what went wrong, I can debug it properly, whether what inputs were passed on to me. So I'm just debugging this attribute passed on this. Okay, so I'm expecting these parameter in my this method, wherein I'm going to create a new case, try method, try block. Now because I'm going to create a case, so I'm just instantiating a case object, case variable. These are the field in the case which I'm going to I need to populate with the input parameter. So I'm simply writing a c.supplied phone is equal to supplied phone, whatever have come to me as a part of this method call. Similarly for email, name, description and subject. Now after that I'm going to simply insert that case record and return your case created with case ID. And in case of any exception, I am just going to return that exception message, error message. So now how do I test it? For this purpose, I am going to workbench. I am going to select method as post. Over here, services apex rest web2 case create, nothing over here. Post method post implies that I am going to put something in Salesforce. So now I am going to pass on the data as in values for this parameter. Now how I am going to do that? It has to be passed on in JSON format. So for that it will be passed on in this format. curly bracket, we need to start curly bracket and curly bracket. This is first is going to be okay. So the format is double quote start name of the parameter in your create method, double quote end colon value of that parameter which you want to pass on as part of that parameter within double quote 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 0. Similarly, supplied email is the name of parameter here. So it is email supplied email in within parameter, and the value which I am going to pass as part of this parameter. Similarly, this demo I am going to provide value for all these parameters which I am going to use for case creation. I am going to write test. Now it is simply done. After that, what I'm just going to do is execute. Click on this execute button, and clicking off this execute button. Okay, what else? This is just this you can change it in the setting over here. How to see the response? I'm going to click on show raw response. It will show me the raw response over here. This is email address, invalid email address, test.mail. Okay, so this is the error which we encountered while creating the record. Now let us verify the data. Okay, it is test.mail. Supplied email was a field, value provided as test.mail. Now the error it was written because this is email field where I was putting this value, and the email field has a pre-provided validation from Salesforce, and email is not in proper format, so I have to correct it. test@mail.com, and let me execute it once again. Okay, show raw response over here. Scroll down, your case created, case ID is this. Okay, if I go to my application, I simply go to case screen. This is a new case creation. You can see subject is test, case number, phone number, REST demo, which we provided as supplied name, description, REST demo, case creation. So this is how we can create Apex class and expose them as REST service to outside world, outside Salesforce instance. And it is totally up to us how do we want to write this functionality, because it is very simple. The function which I have used, it can be as complex as you want, totally depending upon the functionality. It can expect multiple parameter, it can use everything such as loop, it can even expect multiple records also as part of creation. It need not have to be only single record. Like and share this video with your friends and colleagues. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the bell icon to never miss an update from Salesforce Bliss.